It starts as a beautiful white cake, soft, elegant, and almost too pretty to touch. But something is hiding underneath. Because today we're turning this innocent-looking cake into a Halloween nightmare. We're talking dark cherry blood, shattered edible glass, and a cake that looks like it has just survived a horror movie. And the best part? Everything you see is edible. So let's make it. For the vanilla cake, we'll use all-purpose flour, cornstarch, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. Then we need softened butter, sugar, eggs, vanilla, milk, and sour cream. Sift together the flour, cornstarch, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. Now add the softened butter and sugar to the mixing bowl. Beat them together for 3 to 4 minutes. We're looking for a pale, fluffy mixture that feels almost like a cloud. Next, add the eggs one at a time. Let each egg disappear completely into the butter before adding the next. Then comes vanilla. And this is where that classic bakery aroma starts to appear. Now we'll alternate our dry ingredients with the milk and sour cream. Mix only until everything comes together. Don't overmix the batter. Divide the batter between 2 lined 7-inch cake pans. Smooth the tops, and they're ready for the oven. Bake at 175 degrees Celsius for about 25 to 32 minutes. While the cake rises, we have something much darker to prepare. For our cherry center, we need pitted cherries, sugar, lemon juice, and cornstarch. Add the pitted cherries to a saucepan. Sprinkle in the sugar. Then add a squeeze of fresh lemon juice. As the cherries heat up, they begin releasing their deep red juice. And this color is exactly what we're looking for. Now mix the cornstarch with a little water and pour it into the cherries. Keep stirring until the mixture becomes thick, glossy, and spoonable. For the dark blood sauce, we'll use cherry juice, strawberry jam, raspberry jam, sugar, lemon juice, and a little red and black gel coloring. Start with cherry juice. Add strawberry jam, raspberry jam, sugar, and lemon juice. Heat everything gently until the mixture becomes smooth. Then add our cornstarch slurry and let it thicken. Strain the sauce until it's perfectly smooth. Now comes the transformation. A little red gel coloring, and the tiniest touch of black. Now we have a deep crimson cherry sauce. And finally, cold, heavy cream, mascarpone, powdered sugar, and vanilla for our white frosting. Add the mascarpone, powdered sugar, and vanilla. Then slowly pour in the cold, heavy cream. Whip until the mixture becomes thick and holds firm peaks. We want a frosting that's light enough to eat, but strong enough to hold all of our vintage piping. Once cooled, trim the top so both layers are perfectly flat. Place the first cake layer onto the black cake board. Pipe a thick ring of mascarpone frosting around the edge. Now spoon that glossy cherry mixture into the center. Look at those cherries, dark, juicy, and bursting with color. Finally, place the second cake layer on top. Give it a gentle press, and our cherry center is officially trapped inside. Now cover the entire cake with a thin layer of white frosting. Cover the cake with its final layer of white frosting. Then take a star piping tip and start building the vintage borders. Large shells around the bottom, smaller decorative details through the middle, and an elegant border around the top. Add a few delicate rosettes. It looks like a beautiful vintage celebration cake. But we're about to change that. Now we need something that looks dangerous, but is actually edible. Isomalt. Add isomalt with a small amount of water. Heat it carefully until completely melted and crystal clear. Once it's ready, pour it onto a silicone mat. Spread it into a thin, transparent sheet, and let it cool completely. Now comes the satisfying part. Take the cooled sheet and break it again and again. Don't make the pieces perfect. Now bring our beautiful white cake back. And this is the moment everything changes. Carefully place the largest glass shards inside. 1, 2, 3, until the center looks like shattered glass. Now, 1 drop of blood. And watch what happens. Let the dark cherry sauce flow between the shards. Don't cover everything. Let some glass stay completely clear. Then add a few thin red streaks across the frosting. A long drip here, a smaller one there, and a few tiny splashes around the center. Now, let the beautiful cake bleed. And now, take a look. A delicate white vintage cake, covered in shattered glass, dark crimson cherry blood, and a hidden cherry heart. Let's cut it open. The knife slides through the cake, and there it is. Soft cake, creamy frosting, juicy cherries, and that deep red filling spilling out from the center. Would you actually eat this? Happy Halloween!